Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to talk about a topic that I feel like should be brought up a little bit more now in 2024. I was about to say 2023. Crazy how we're in 2024 already. But in 2024, more so than even in previous years. And that is because I feel like we are quite a bit removed from when Epic Games Store really started trying to make a play into the PC gaming scene. And I feel like a lot of things have changed, and I feel like now it's been, 5 years since they really tried to make a play and get some of the market share on PC. And of course, the Epic Games Store has titles like Fortnite, of course, and Rocket League, and so on and so forth. But let's be real, their ultimate goal was to make a legit dent, a legit impact in their market share on the PC gaming digital storefront, where Steam is obviously the market leader. Damn near it is a monopoly, but people like Steam, people appreciate Steam, but generally speaking, having competition wouldn't be a bad thing. However, I would say when you have competition and they are directly doing anti-consumer things that are great for the developers, but that is how they are trying to make a play, that's, of course, not ideal. Now, they have obviously also done things, let's not get it twisted, that have been incredibly beneficial for the consumer. It's been a little bit of a give and take, but I think a lot of people do focus on the timed exclusivity aspect of Epic Games Store. But now, we are 5 years removed from Epic Games Store really popping off, and I think it is reasonable to assess where they are now. And I don't have exact metrics I'm gonna break down, but I can say I'm pretty good at reading the temperature of the room, so to speak. And you know what? It was pretty easy to read the temperature of the room when One Kingdom Hearts was announced for a Steam release. Now, a lot of people did not even know that Kingdom Hearts has been available on PC for 3 years. Yes, going back to year 2021, Kingdom Hearts has been available on PC. It's been exclusive to the Epic Games Store, and recently, Kingdom Hearts was announced to officially come to Steam 3 years after the fact it initially came out on PC, the delayed Steam release. Square Enix has had a lot of Epic Games Store exclusives, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I should say, timed exclusives, Final Fantasy VII Remake. You had Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Those are the two that stand out to me. I don't recall if there were others. There may have been, but those are certainly the two that stand out to me. And Kingdom Hearts, obviously, was a timed exclusive as well. But unlike the other games, Final Fantasy VII Remake was 6 months. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin was a year. It has been 3 years since Kingdom Hearts came out on the Epic Games Store, and we had heard nothing about a Steam port until recently when it was finally announced. And I feel like the general reaction was a real eye-opener, or maybe not an eye-opener, but just a reminder of how much people like Steam more than other platforms, namely the Epic Games Store. It could be partly, in fact, to the fact that they have been kind of indoctrinated and used to Steam as a platform, but also because Epic Games Store as a platform is missing a lot of features and missing a lot of the things that people want out of a PC gaming storefront. I'll bring you guys up something interesting. Now, remember, Kingdom Hearts is coming to Steam with a 3-year delayed release. This would make you think that there would be a lot less interest than its initial release. Take the storefront out of it, but you're talking a 3-year delayed release. That is a sizable delay. Well, how about we pull up some tweets? Here is the Kingdom Hearts Twitter account from February 11th of 2021. Kingdom Hearts is coming to PC via the Epic Games Store for the first time ever on March 30th. Join Sora, Donald, Goofy, and beloved Disney characters across 4 games as they unite to battle against the darkness threatening all worlds. Pre-order today. Now, that is the tweet announcing the fact that Kingdom Hearts was coming to the Epic Games Store. That tweet itself has 10,000 likes. Remember, it does note Epic Games Store, so obviously, had this game in 2021 been released on Steam, a lot more of a positive reception. It was the first time a long-running franchise was coming to PC. Even if it's the Epic Games Store, that should generate a healthy level of interest. 10,000 likes on that tweet. A lot of the replies, let's be real, it's people being upset about the storefront. I won't go into those, but 10,000 likes on that tweet. 3 years later, Kingdom Hearts' official Twitter account, there's the same Twitter account announced, Kingdom Hearts is coming to Steam. This isn't for the first time, this is on a 3-year delayed release. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, 2.5, HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC plus Remind DLC launch on June 13th. How many likes do you think that tweet has? 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, maybe even the 10,000 like the Epic Games Store tweet announcement 3 years ago had. Remember, the initial reveal you would think would have at least comparable or even, most would probably think higher than the delayed announcement just on a different storefront. No, the Steam tweet has 32,000 likes, 3 times the amount that the Epic Games Store announcement and the initial announcement of Kingdom Hearts coming to PC has. Think about that for a second. 3 times differential as far as social media metrics go. You can only take that with a grain of salt because we don't have official numbers on how these games are selling on the Epic Games Store versus Steam. I gotta look at metrics like this so we have some sort of quantifiable measurement. And here, you can see that even with a 3-year delayed release, that there is seemingly more interest in Kingdom Hearts coming to Steam even on this delayed release, than there was with Kingdom Hearts coming to Steam for the first time in what, damn near 20 years of it existing as a franchise to PC, just because it was on the Epic Games Store. I am not here to crap on Epic Games Store, but that should be a key indicator of just how irrelevant it is as a storefront. How much it is undercutting game sales. I don't know how well Alan Wake 2 did. I do know that Alan Wake wasn't a absolute home run from a commercial standpoint. It got a digital-only release on console and on PC. It was an Epic Games Store exclusive. Now, with Alan Wake 2, I don't actually care that much that it was an exclusive because that was a game that was directly published by Epic Games. They funded the creation of this game. At that point, do whatever the hell you want. It's like with Ubisoft. Ubisoft releases their games on Ubisoft Connect. They publish the games. Do whatever the hell you want with it. You eventually do release those games on Steam. I just think, who's jumping on over to Ubisoft Connect to, play Skull and Bones and The Crew Motorfest? Like, it's probably a really, really small amount of people, and I think for those games that are live service titles, it would be incredibly advantageous to try to generate as much interest as possible, and you're stifling your own potential prospects and your potential IPs, your successful IPs, I should say, like a Skull and Bones. I don't think that game would have been successful regardless, but you get the idea. You're stifling those games right out the gate. Now, in the case of Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, maybe those games are going to do well regardless, but you're talking about an IP that has the lineage and the history of a Kingdom Hearts, and just on it being on Steam has generated and cultivated so much more interest than the initial announcement 3 years ago, you guys, 3 years ago. And I would love to see sales numbers. I would love to see metrics when this game comes out on Steam. Now, the issue is I do think this is going to be priced absolutely egregiously on Steam. I think it's going to be like 1.5 and 2.5 is $50, 2.8 is $50, and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Remind is $60. I legit think that's what it's going to be. Maybe they'll sell you that complete collection for like $100, but I do think it's going to be some egregious price points. So, obviously, you're talking a 3-year delayed release, 5 years since Kingdom Hearts 3 initially came out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and Square Enix is going to be Square Enix, and they're going to price it to the moon and beyond. So, I think they're going to be undercutting themselves and stifling themselves as far as potential sales, just with a crazy, a stat like that and a crazy price point. But, just like the Epic Games Store version, it will eventually go down in price. Now, you're not going to have, some epic mega sale coupons to take advantage of. That's how your boy got the Kingdom Hearts collection on the Epic Games Store, and I'm kind of tight because I haven't even played it on the Epic Games Store outside of, like, the opening sequence, and your boy's probably at some point gonna get it on Steam again. Probably not right away if it's $120 or something like that, but at some point when it's a palatable price point, I'll probably get it again just to have it on Steam. And I think a lot of people that have the game on Epic Games Store, they're of the same mindset as well. So hey, Square Enix, you probably got a healthy check from the Epic Games Store. You probably are gonna sell the game to a lot of people on Steam. You probably come out with a W like this, but I just think about how much more would games like this sell had they come out day one. And outside of the Epic Games Store and their timed exclusivity practices, which I think is the worst thing about them, you look at PlayStation, they do the same thing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, y'all telling us over at Square Enix that Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth didn't perform up to par as far as your expectation for sales. I don't know about you guys, but I think those games would have done fairly well, especially Final Fantasy 16, given that that game did target a new audience. if it was available on Steam right away. So it's not like Epic Games Store are the only ones doing timed exclusives. It's just within the PC ecosystem, timed exclusivity for a storefront is just absolutely dumb. It's one thing where it's like, you know, you publish the game. I don't know if Alan Wake 2 is going to be an exclusive forever. I really think it would be advantageous to jolt that game's sales numbers by releasing it on PC. Maybe after the DLC comes out, you do a complete edition or something like that, but I think that would be a pretty smart decision, and it just seems like every publisher ultimately comes crawling back to Steam. Ubisoft releases their games on Ubisoft Connect, ultimately come crawling back to Steam. Call of Duty, you guys, that is the one that I will go back to. A juggernaut like Call of Duty tried to go their own way, tried to become a Battle.net exclusive. How'd that turn out for you? Not that well, and now they're back on Steam as well. So it's just something to consider, all things. And obviously, like I said, Epic Games Store does offer benefits for the publishers. Bro, Deep Silver been collecting a bag. You remember the abomination that Saints Row 2022 was? I wouldn't be surprised if Epic Games paid like a 7 or 8 figure fee to get that game as a timed exclusive. Think about that for a second. That abomination attracted an 8-figure fee from Epic Games Store for a 1-year timed exclusivity. Yo, good on Deep Silver, good on the publishers of Saints Row 2022 to sucker Epic Games into paying for that, you know, and the other titles that these publishers have been able to collect a healthy bag for. I'm sure Square Enix, you know, they gotta pay a pretty penny for that Final Fantasy VII timed exclusivity, but I don't know how much longer Epic Games Store it's viable for them to sign these big checks for timed exclusives. It's not doing you that good. Maybe you'll get an initial stream of sales, but you're not converting them into long-term customers. That is the issue, and that's the goal of timed exclusives. That's why Sony does timed exclusives, and for them, it does work because it gets people to buy the console, and suddenly they're in that PlayStation ecosystem. Are people getting attracted to that Epic Games Store ecosystem when Steam is just far superior and it's just an install away? It's free software. Unlike if you're on the console market, you get attracted to the PlayStation ecosystem, you're probably not going out and buying another box. Steam is just an install away, like, and most of you guys already have it, so think about it from that standpoint as well. But that'll do it for me. Again, shout out to Epic Games Store for the free games. I mean, that's great for the consumer, but I just wonder how viable it is long term, because we're 5 years deep into this, and I just can't see, and I don't have the checkbook, I can't see the stats. Maybe for Epic Games, this has been a gigantic W, but I just can't imagine how it has been, and it has to be that they're burning a lot of money. Y'all making big money with Unreal Engine, y'all making big money with Fortnite, but I just wonder how long-term viable the Epic Games Store as a platform is. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Kind of a lengthy video, but I feel like I ran through a lot of different topics and, you know, points that we had to cover. But again, that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.